Hi there, my name is Alvin and I'm moving to Spain. Alright, so why am I moving to Spain? Well, I got a job there, right? But why would I move from lovely Vancouver all the way to Spain? So let me tell you the two main reasons why I am moving to Spain. Alright, reason number one, right, would be most of my friends and people I know actually live in like the UK and Europe. So there's like an 8-9 hour time difference for most days, and I can only like keep in touch with them on like weekends and Sundays. So after quite a few years here, I was like, I'm actually going to move somewhere closer, like maybe like Ontario, so that the time difference won't be so bad. So when this opportunity came up, right, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'll give it a go for a year or two. Okay, reason number two for moving to Spain, right, is somewhat to do with the city and stuff like that. I am not an outdoors person, and a lot of the activities here revolve around, the great outdoors, skiing, mountain biking, hiking, camping and stuff like that. I've tried doing that, and it's just not my thing. I prefer living in a big city, like I used to live in London, and London has amazing like museums and stuff, and I traveled almost yearly before COVID, to around Europe, and I just love, exploring the cities and museums, architecture and stuff like that. So, by moving to Spain, right, I hope to, be able to immerse myself in more of that on a day-to-day basis. So how am I moving to Spain? So I'm moving to Spain with a highly skilled work visa, and that's mostly arranged by the company. The visa takes a bit of time. In my case, right, it took almost 3 months before the visa was ready and attached to my passport. So if you are going down that route, so keep that in mind. It might be faster, might be slower. Now, moving to a new country is quite a big endeavor. So, I came up with a list of points that, why I am looking forward to the move, and some points that I am very concerned with the move. All right, so as mentioned before, right, the time zones are going to be very similar to that of my friends and people I know. So, like, for me, that is like the number one awesome thing. Next, right, in Europe, there's so many events and stuff that, I'm really looking forward to. For example, FMX Stuttgart, Superbooth, Modular Day, Barcelona, tons of music festivals, and the travel opportunities in Europe. You can explore them for your whole life. So one other small thing, moving to Europe, right, that you may find amusing, right, is the day and date format. Because I come from Singapore, and our date format is day, month, year, which is similar to the rest of the world. And in North America, right, it's like month, day, year. So it took me a while to get used to it. And I think I'll be glad to get back to that, day, month, year format. Alright, so another aspect of moving to Spain that I'm looking forward to is the food. So, I've been watching a lot of Spain Reviewed, the YouTube channel. And oh my god, like the food there seems to be quite affordable and just looks amazing. And I'm just looking forward to it. I can't wait to try my first paella. So, oh yeah. So, museums. Museums are like one of my guilty pleasures, especially art museums. Like, I love modern art, and every year I would like go to the Tate Modern in London. So now, once I move to Spain, right, I'll have easy access to a lot of the other museums around Europe. Like Amsterdam, they've got the Stedelijk Museum. Oh my god, I just went there in was it May? Yeah, I went there in May, right? Oh my god, I just loved it. So modern art is my kind of guilty pleasure. So when I move to Spain, right, hopefully I can get to explore more of these art museums and stuff like that in the area. So like one of the most amazing looking structures in Valencia, right, is the City of Arts and Sciences in Valencia. So I am really looking forward to settling down in Madrid and then moving over to Valencia and for a weekend holiday and check out the stuff. All right, so the next thing I like to bring up is trains and flights. Like in Canada, right, like the domestic flights are actually quite expensive. A flight from here to like Toronto, right, sometimes can be almost the same price as a flight from here to Europe. It's like, what? So yeah, I'm looking forward to flights in Europe because they are like, especially with low-cost airlines, they're really, affordable. And trains, of course, trains are amazing in Europe. I haven't actually had much experience outside of, around Germany, Netherlands, UK. These are the areas that I usually explore when I'm touring there, and the train network there is like amazing. So it's not the cheapest, but getting from place to place on a train without the drama of flying on an airplane and stuff like that is just, yeah, I can just sleep, and just get there without any drama of, oh my god, security checks, boarding and stuff like that. So I am looking forward to that. And Spain supposedly has like really good high-speed rail between Madrid and the rest of the other cities. So I'm looking forward to that. Next, I'd like to speak on the public transport. Madrid seems to have a really awesome public transport system on par with the rest of Europe. So I'm really looking forward to that. So the next point I'm bringing up is car insurance. Car insurance in Europe seems to be really affordable. Some of the people I know, right, they're only paying like a few hundred euros a year for their car insurance. When I was driving, right, I was paying like several hundred a month. So on the off chance that I get a car in Madrid, which I don't think I will, I'm looking forward to having a much more affordable insurance instead of paying like 1/5 of the price of my car every year. So the next point I want to bring up is synthesizers. Okay, so probably 99.99% of the people who have viewed this video will not care, but synthesizers are slightly cheaper in Europe, which is like, yeah, for people who are interested in synthesizers. I think the only brand I've seen so far that is actually more expensive in Europe is Intelligel, and that's because Intelligel makes their products here in Vancouver. Alright, so I have some concerns before moving to Spain, right, and let me discuss some of them. Okay, so the most important concern I have, right, is of course the language. Spain speaks Spanish, and I only speak English and passable Mandarin. So that's very worrying, as a lot of anything you need to do with the government or cooking up power, you probably need to do it in Spanish. So on my end, I'm actually learning with a few apps. For example, I'm learning Duolingo and the Michael Thomas course, trying to build some skills there. And I've also signed up for Spanish lessons online. So it's like one-to-one with a teacher. So I'm looking forward for that to start. And there's another aspect in Spain that I still need to research more, right? There are people who will be intermediaries for you. I believe they are called gestors. I'm not sure if I mangled the pronunciation. And if you need to do stuff like sort out your driving license and stuff like that, they can help you with the forms and speaking to the official people and stuff like that. So I'll let you know more in further videos. Subscribe if you want to find out more. And the next thing is the heat. I've been living in Canada for 7 years, and I'm just like so adapted to the cooler weather here in Canada. So recently the heat waves in Spain, right, is like 40 degrees Celsius or more, right? I'm like, oh god. Like Canada, this part of Vancouver, right, we recently had a heat wave, and it only hit like 30, 31, and oh my god, I was like dying. All right, so I'll just have to adapt, I think. I mean, I've worked in Australia before, and Australia in winter, right, it gets to 40 something, and I survived that. I even survived that in a rental apartment without air conditioning. So hopefully, I'll be able to find a place with air conditioning in Madrid, and hopefully I can survive there. Okay, so one other aspect is culture, which is slightly worrying. I don't drink, and I'm not interested in football. So I'm kind of allergic to alcohol, so can't really drink. And hopefully that won't be too big of an issue, when hanging out with co-workers, colleagues, or meeting people outside. So that's one aspect. And football, I'm just not really interested in football or sports in general, really. I don't think rally counts as a sport. It's motorsport, but I don't think it counts. So yeah, we'll see about that, So there are also smaller nitpicky issues, right, that I read on the web, like stores being closed on Sunday and stuff like that. So basically you can't do shopping on Sunday. So these are just tiny nitpicky issues. I lived in Australia where you leave work at 6 o'clock, right, but everything's closed at 5. And I lived in a small suburb half an hour away from Adelaide. And I think the shops at night are only open, I can't remember, it was Thursday or Friday. They, the regular shops will be open late. So basically what I'm saying is I just need to adapt to the new way of life and the siesta lifestyle and stuff like that. So tiny issue. So I'm sure that I will adapt to that instantly. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention when I was talking about the cars, right? Petrol in Europe is supremely expensive. last I checked, it was about like 190 euros per liter of petrol. So it's like crazy expensive compared to here in Canada. So I'm not going to be driving, but that's a major point if I'm actually going to be leaving further out from Madrid and stuff like that. Alright, so how am I preparing for my move to Spain? So I've been living here in Vancouver for like over 6 years, and I've actually gathered quite a lot of stuff. So in essence, right, I'll be just I've been selling and getting rid of stuff that I don't need. I'm kind of applying the Marie Kondo method. So if it doesn't spark joy, I'm just selling it. Like for a lot of the books, right, I'm a big fan of architecture and the arts, so I have a lot of books from like Taschen. I'm just basically selling them all away, and if I want them, I'll just buy them again in Spain. Other issues I have concerns for, right, are like what's going to happen to my phone number here in Canada when I move to Spain, because most of our phones are used for like two-factor authentication, 2FA, and I need to sort that out. So I found ways to get around that, but I'll post another video after I'm sure that those ways actually work. I've also had to spend a lot of time with the banks and other financial institutions, right, to clarify, hey, what do I need to do before I actually move abroad? Do I need to close my account? Do I need to, how am I going to update my address and stuff like that? So if you are moving, to a new country, right, remember to take care of all your, banking and financial stuff. So one final aspect is making sure that my mail gets redirected to Spain. It's like I don't really get much physical mail, but just on the off chance, right, the CRA, which is the tax agency here, sends me stuff, I want to be able to pick it up. And with that, I think I will be bringing the video to an end. Thank you very much for hanging around, and if you'd like to see what's going to happen on my journey through Spain, please drop me a subscribe and I will drop more videos in due time. Alright, hope you have a good day. Hasta luego!